short video, I am playing my Necromancer Pain, level 120, in a group consisting of a ranger and a mage. My pet has the EM29 focus, which is slightly better than the mage, so he's going to be the lead tank. This is in the middle of a run that went for about 100 mobs. I've got kind of my standard spell line memorized. I'm not using my wounds line in this because they're killing fairly quick. But even though the mobs go down reasonably fast, and this is not a fast killing group by any means, but we're doing okay. I can still keep up my DPS to a reasonable level, and my Necromancer never runs out of mana using a combination of Mind Atrophy, that's the mana tap spell, which when I joined the group, they're like, oh great, a Necro, they have free mana. And that's about 11, just under 12,000 mana back to my group mates, and it's 10,000 mana back to me once you subtract the cost of casting the spell. So I use it on about every mob. I'm using the Protector's Grasp here, which does decent DPS and basically heals me for 28,000 a tick or so. I've got my focuses done on that, so it's doing good damage. I would use Leech if there was a problem with the AEs, or basically that would be like a 10,000 a tick heal for everybody. For instance, sometimes that'll help my pet a little bit. He needs just a little bit of help over my own healing. I am not slowing the mobs routinely. I slow a few just to slow them, but when the mobs come in, I tend to cast my Mana Tap spell, my Swarm Pet spell, and Proclamation. Those are all bound to my Z key along with a few other things. When I debuff and snare, it'll either cast my Companion's Edgiest, since that refreshes every 30 seconds, so I'll keep that up on my pet on pulls, or it will refresh my ally buff, which gives him a little bit of a tap. I don't do a lot of burning here, but I do have what I call a DPS boost key 5, which I've thrown a lot of stuff in there, and I hit that whenever I feel I need to up the DPS. That would be like if I get 3 mobs in camp as opposed to 2. If I go out of mana, I will hit Blood Magic, and that generally puts, Blood Magic, Bloom, and taps, and I'm back up to mana. I had to do Blood Magic twice. Blood Magic is great. If you die and come back, you can be instantly in the game. So I've got my pet tanking the X-Target 1, and now I just dot up both mobs, so I can do DPS against multiple mobs. If there's 3, I'll DPS all 3 of them. This is a place where they're not summoning me. Now, we did get crazy at one time where we had more mobs than we would normally want, and that gets tough. I had to kept feigning, and they kept coming from me. I'd feign, they'd go back to my pet. My pet can handle multiple mobs here without a problem, as long as people don't pull aggro off. Probably should have done silent casting. Wasn't thinking about it. You can see the Ranger did 625,000 DPS. Now, Suffering is my pet, and so you can add his DPS into mine, but I split it out so you can see it. This is the tank pet. I could use the Necro pet if somebody else was tanking, but I don't feel the additional damage is worth it if I have to do any healing at all, because I would rather be dotting. And this is my setup. You see I have a second monitor. I usually look up stuff on that. And I also watch movies, Netflix, YouTube while I play. You guys take care. Bye.